let's just get started here, man. Good vibes. Good vibes only this morning. Calais Campbell is a Arizona Cardinal once again. And there are so many reasons why this was absolutely the right thing to do, and it's not just a feel-good story. It would be a feel-good story if the Cardinals went and got Patrick Peterson, right? Because Patrick Peterson is well over his ability of actually being competent in the NFL. This isn't just a feel-good story. This isn't just I've got guys down my throat about what I need to do. Let's go sign Calais Campbell because it'll make everyone feel better. It's not like Patrick Peterson, where he does not have much to give the game anymore. They don't really have a necessary need at cornerback for Patrick Peterson. But this is completely different. This is going and getting something that not only people can get their arms around, but more than anything, it is a need at a position. And for those of you that see the Calais Campbell signing and go, oh, great. It's just another player that over the hill, his ability to rush the passer isn't there. Stop the run isn't there. Calais Campbell, and when he walked from the Cardinals in, I believe, 2017, I was actually one of the few people that was okay with it. Granted, again, I was 19 years old. What do I really know about football? But I talked about it a long time ago. What was that, 8 years ago? To be fair to Steve Keim and to be fair to the Arizona Cardinals, one, they didn't have the money to keep him around. Him or Tony Jefferson. Tony, a guy that I'm actually friends with to this day. We've, played Madden multiple times together. Really good dude. But one of the reasons why they got rid of both those guys isn't because Steve Keim was a terrible GM, even though that's true. It's more so for the fact that it was the third contract. He was reaching his later stages of his career. You tend to fall off a cliff. But Calais, given his stature and given his ability to, stay in shape, he is defying the odds. He's, 37 years old, I think it is at this point. And he's still very competent. Yesterday, looking through some of the statistics for Calais Campbell, according to Pro Football Focus, 82 overall pass grade. That is 7th among all of our defensive linemen. 66 pass rush grade. 86 run defense grade. 82 overall grade. That's from Pro Football Focus on Calais Campbell. So, he's going to have a stereotype against him because he's an older player, but he's been an older player for weeks. He's been an older player for years. So, credit to Monty, man. That is a absolute diamond in the rough to where it's like I have a soft spot for Calais Campbell, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. That's a guy that just loves to be here, but forget about the football side of it. We've already seen what he can do for the Cardinals, rushing the passer, stopping the run. He fits exactly what they need. Now you've got a pass rush out there of Calais Campbell, Dalvin Tomlinson, Darius Robinson, Justin Jones, Bilal Nichols, Dante Stills. That's just the interior defensive lineman. And on the outskirts, you still have a draft pick. And now this flexibility of going and getting Calais Campbell does, again, give you flexibility. You don't necessarily have to draft a pass rusher now in the first round. Of course, you need to draft a pass rusher in the second or third round. That's still something you have to do. However, let's say Tedero McMillan falls to 16. I've seen the stories of him potentially not a study gym rat guy. Well, not gym rat, but not a study guy, but He's a wide receiver. I don't care. Tedero McMillan could fall. Shedeur Sanders could fall. You could still have that conversation. Not necessarily just drafting him, but if he falls to 16 and someone wants him, you could trade back. So there are a lot of different ways to go through this, navigate the draft now. You're not so hands tied, hamstrung to just beholden to drafting someone. So just a really good pickup. Not only is Calais Campbell feel good, and he's got a real connection to the Cardinals. I mentioned before, this is not just going and getting a guy and getting the band back together because it feels better, getting back together with an ex-girlfriend. Calais can still do something for you. 82 pass rush grade according to Pro Football Focus. Or I guess I should say, I just added yours a second ago, but 82 overall grade on the defensive line, 85 pass rush grade. 85 run defense grade from Calais Campbell. It's not like re-signing Patrick Peterson and just it makes you feel better. Patrick Peterson has nothing to give the NFL anymore. So, aside from being exactly what the Cardinals needed, it's just a good signing, and he's a leader in the locker room. You just got another Buda Baker on this team. Everyone likes Calais Campbell. I cover this team. I'll be out in the sidelines at training camp. And I'm going to see Calais Campbell, and I'm going to be a little excited because it's reminiscent of some of the things the Cardinals used to be and his ability to lead other players. This was a slam dunk re-sign. Because technically free agent, but he has been here before. Credit to Monty, man. Not just reaching for everyone's feels. He went and got a guy that is going to produce for the Cardinals. And on the middle of that interior line, you've got Darius Robinson and Dante Stills and Bilal Nichols and Jonathan Jones, and Justin Jones, I believe the name was there. But you went from nobodies on the defensive line to Darius Robinson, Calais Campbell, Dalvin Tomlinson, Josh Sweat, Justin Jones, Bilal Nichols. You've got dudes now. And no, the pass rush is not going to be a top 5 pass rush in the NFL. But it is in the top half of the pass rushes of the NFL. And imagine how many more games the Cardinals would have won next year if their pass rush wasn't so god-awful. I'll answer that question. At least 2 more. And they would have been a playoff team. So this is how the Cardinals needed to address the situation. They didn't go out and overspend for Milton Williams just to go get him, because it makes you, the fan, feel better. They went and strategically picked out guys that not only fit the locker room, fit the culture, but aren't going to break the bank. They've still got to pay Trey McBride, and they're going to. But if there's a reason to get excited about the Cardinals, this is starting to be it. And Aaron points it out in the chat, exactly something I've been saying for the past couple of weeks. It raises the floor. There's no one on this team that they have went and got that you're like, oh, Micah Parsons, Trey Hendrickson. But strategically raising the floor of what this defense can be. It's not going to be a top 15 defense. Or, I guess I should say, it's not going to be a top 5, top 10 defense. Top 15 is actually very doable. And if that's the case, think of how many more games you win. And it doesn't just, tie your hands into having to draft a guy in the first round that can rush the passer. Now you can push that back to the second round. And what if someone falls? Tedero McMillan, I've talked about. Will Johnson, the cornerback from Michigan. Or, Shedeur Sanders. He could fall. So, if the kid Johnson from Michigan falls to 16, you're taking him. And you're not just going and getting a pass rusher just to go get a pass rusher. So, Monty, slow clap. And if anyone is still going after him, because you didn't go sign Milton Williams to $1 million every 5-second he breathes deal. And that's on you, because this is what gets you excited. At least this is what gets me excited. So, really good move, and it just feels good. So cool to have Calais Campbell back on the Cardinals.